Hello everybody, this is Conquering History Games and welcome back. Today I am doing my 13,000 subscriber marker celebration. I hit 13,000 subscribers a few days ago actually, but I haven't had time to do a live stream to celebrate. And I'm also going to be doing a Q&A, live, so if anybody has questions, and I'd really appreciate it if we could just keep the Hearts of Iron 4 ones to a minimum, or maybe none at all, because there's more to me than Hearts of Iron 4. I would really appreciate that. So we're just going to be chilling and doing, I guess maybe doing a campaign. I'll just pick one of these, and obviously I'm not going to finish it. I am doing some more Battle for Westnoth, which you can find on my channel. Part 1 went up last week. Part 2 is going to be going up on Wednesday, and every Wednesday there will be some Battle for Westnoth stuff. So I don't know though. What are we gonna do here? Maybe just do something like what is it? The Eastern Invasion? No, Northern Rebirth. That's such a long one. Let's see. I'm already doing I'm doing a Tale of Two Brothers. Let's just jump into frickin' Southgard or something. All right, we'll do it on normal. Wait, what? Civilian recruiter normal. Okay, these obviously must be mislabeled. Hold on a sec. Let's make sure the no randomness mod is on. Okay. Yeah, that's really weird that it says beginner, easy, normal. I don't remember it doing that. So questions. Other than Hearts of Iron 4 ones, what are some mods that you like? Well, one of my favorite mods ever is the no randomness mod, which we have here on the Battle for Westnoth right now. It takes away the random chance of units missing, and instead it scales their attacks by whatever percentage chance they would usually hit. Let's see. Thank you, Black Zero, for moderating here today. Do I enjoy any Europa Universalis 4 mods? No, I do not, because I do not play Europa Universalis 4. It has just never really clicked with me, that game. I don't know how else to describe it. It's never... I've tried to play it a lot of times. It's not that I don't know how to play. I did teach myself. I did, you know, do tutorials, and I ran through games. Like, I'd play Castile, and I'd colonize, and I played England, and yeah, I just did these things, and it just never really... It never clicked with me. I never ended up liking it. So, yeah, EU4 was not for me. Alright, but we're going to be recruiting some peasants here. I'm figuring that everybody here knows how this works. If you don't, go watch my guide on it. Let's go pick up a village. Sweet. Have I played Civ 5 before? And if so, what is my favorite civilization in the game? Well, Ghostflare, I actually have played Civilization 5, and if you go onto my channel, you will see that I have a Civilization 5 campaign. Now, I've mostly done live streams of it, but I do have an Aztec game that's ongoing at the moment. But my favorite civilization, it's probably Poland, because Poland gets that extra social policy effect, and I love to do the religion thing in there. You know, to be able to go down that religious branch. Now, Guns Blazing says, do you think Armenia should get a focus tree for Kaiser Reich, considering that the genocide could be worse in this timeline? Well, I'm not sure if it's like a genocide means they should get a focus tree, unless you're trying to say that the genocide will wipe them out, and so there's no way there'd be any Armenians around for there to be an Armenia or something like that. So I believe that the Kaiser Reich team has always said their eventual goal is to have every country with a focus tree. All right, well, a sec. So I figure Armenia is eventually going to get one. Of course, now the tricky thing with the creating more focus trees, at least if you ask me, is that you of course want to have regional powers and things like that, but you don't want there to be a situation where, how would I say it, where like, because you wanted to make Georgia a like regional power or something, it's too strong, and then Russia can never expand properly into the Caucasus, even if Germany doesn't intervene. So that's an example of what I'm talking about. Let's get you. Can we actually get him down here in time? Probably not. So yeah, Armenia should get its own focus tree at some point. Let's see, what's my favorite civilization game? That would be Probably 3, because 3 was basically an improved version of 2, and 2 was the one that I grew up playing. Really love Civ 2. I used to have tons and tons of... I've lost track of how many hours I must have dumped into that game. I am a big fan of it. Let's see, 16, 30%. All right, do I like reading AARs? Almost never. And you know, it's a time thing. Like, I'd rather be playing than reading it. It's super rare that I'll read an AAR. Although I make AARs, but they're different. They're not like role-playing sort of things. I do AAR videos after campaigns. Do I like the recently added portraits in Kaiser Reich? You'll have to be more specific. I do like the Zhang Zhulong one, Luin one. That one's new. That one I like, but I don't know what the rest of them are. You'd have to talk to somebody else about that. Alright. Recruit other spearmen and... Okay. We're set now. Other questions... Yeah, Levy the Great, stop spamming me the same question. If you guys spam me the same question, I'm going to start ignoring them. Okay? Simple as that. Whoops. No, that's not what I want to do. Let's try to take this village. Alright, one more hit like that and I'll get him. These other ones are too far away. Alright. Have I played the PlayStation Civ? Because I have, and it is really good. No, I have not played any of the console versions of Civ. I don't know if you've ever said this before or not, but favorite non-strategy game. Let's see, favorite non-strategy game. I'm figuring you mean video games, not like board games or something. Non-strategy. What's not something that's not real time? Something that's I'd have to think about that one for a little bit longer, but am I watching SummerSlam? No, I do not watch the WWE anymore. It has gone to absolute shit. It is garbage and terrible. Everything I hear, I haven't. The last one I watched, last bit of WWE programming I watched was this year's WrestleMania, because I thought that Brock Lesnar was finally gonna lose the title, because I hate Brock Lesnar, and he ended up retaining. And a lot of the rest of that night's booking was also really stupid. And so I just went, I'm not going to watch WWE anymore, and because Dean Ambrose is out, he's my favorite wrestler who works for that company. So I was just totally uninterested in anything the WWE were doing since then, and everything I've heard since sounds like garbage. Like ever since April, every little bit of thing I overhear on the internet or something just sounds like garbage. I watch Japanese wrestling now, and G1 just is, you know, like stuff like that. Anyway, have I played Sid Meier Alpha Centauri? You know, I've been interested in it. I've seen a little bit of video, and I've seen some clips. There is definitely some Space 4X games that are not Sid Meier also that I would love to play on the channel at some point. What is my favorite campaign on Empire Earth? Okay, that depends on what you determine as favorite. I really like the Russian one, which is... guys, I want to talk about the G1, actually, because I haven't seen the last match. So, no more talking about G1. My predictions for who went to the finals were wrong anyway. I had it being Okada versus Naito. So anyway, we've got... Yeah, favorite Empire Earth campaign... I really enjoyed the Russian time-traveling one, the kind of science fiction one. I liked that. I also liked the Chinese one that they did in the sequel. Oh, let's hold on, because these guys are chaotic right now, so I don't want to bring them forward. Shoot. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay, we're going to bring this guy here to just sort of screw with his movement a little bit. So I'd probably say Russia is my favorite. The China one, I think the story is cool, but I think it's way too easy as a campaign. Let's see. Do I think Führer Reich could ever reach the level of Kaiser Reich? Yeah, if people take it seriously. I think a lot of it's going to depend on how the Asia update goes, because that is just like this big chunk of the world in Führer Reich that is not being used. But I think Führer Reich definitely could be on that level, maybe one day. Although I think they have a much smaller crew, so that makes it difficult. Alright. Do you know if the Kaiser Reich team plans to fix Austria? You can't reform the Austro-Hungarian Empire right now. I'm not on the team, so I'm not the person to ask. What next question? Thoughts on the G1 Climax this year? I thought it was amazing. I love Ishii. He has had a great year. He's probably the MVP of the whole tournament. Goto has been extremely underrated. Going into this G1 Classic, actually, I had Goto as my Wrestler of the Year. Even though Okada and Omega had the amazing match, the 2 out of 3 falls, that's just one match. And I think that Sonata drug Okada down during their title match. And yeah, I thought Goto was he was the Wrestler of the Year. Every one of his matches had been amazing, pretty much, except for the that one in San Francisco. Let's see, yeah, we're gonna, we just gotta stay back here. Let's bring these guys here. What 2010s cartoons do I like? Steven Universe. I like Steven Universe. It's certainly a flawed show, but I think there's more good than bad in it. A lot more good than bad. So I like that. That's really the only Cartoon Network show I've seen from the last decade, though. Let's see. Do I like the new focus trees for 0.8 Kaiser Reich? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think it's good. I like that Argentina has more options on what to do instead of just having Justo forever. They're just like this big baddie of Argentina. I think it was a great improvement. Boy, I am definitely not making optimal moves because I'm focusing on the chat. Do I play the Command and Conquer series? No, I've never played it. Does the state of Texas have a focus tree in Kaiser Reich? No, I do not think it's releasable. I think in some other mods Texas can be released, but not in Kaiser Reich. Can we keep the Hearts of Iron 4 questions to a minimum, please? Okay. Question might be vague, but is there any sort of a game mechanic you would like to see implemented in a historical strategy game that you don't see in any of the more mainstream ones? Let's see. Führerreich is not a joke. They do take it seriously. Everybody else treats it like a joke. In the same way that people call Equestria at War a quote-unquote meme mod, even though it has the strongest AI of any Hearts of Iron 4 mod. You have to actually think when you're playing the Equestria AI. What will be my first Kaiser Reich 0.8 game? Oh wait, I'm so sorry. I mixed up 0.7 and 0.8 when I was answering that question earlier. First Kaiser Reich 0.8 will probably be the United States because it's all about their civil war and how the game will now start to play out with how their civil war works. So that's probably what it's going to be. Let's get a couple more people recruited. So it'll probably be the United States. I wanted to do a combined syndicates of America playthrough for a really long time, but I stopped. I had plans to do it months ago, and then I found out they were going to update the trees, so I stopped. I canceled those plans, but it's because I've had a fun idea for something to do in the combined syndicates of America playthrough, so I'm waiting for that. So that'll definitely happen. I'll probably also do the American Union State again because I have played the American Union State. They were actually the first Kaiser Reich campaign I ever did on the channel. But because of that, it's a super old one, and I really was not happy with how that campaign went because I actually took over the entire Western Hemisphere. All of it was under my banner, but the French Republic was annoying the crap out of me because I could never naval invade them, or like even when I did, they would crush me, and I was never able to get an actual foothold in Africa, and it annoyed the shit out of me. Let's see. Confederate. What is my favorite fantasy book or movie? Well, I think the greatest fantasy series ever was the Lord of the Rings. No question at all. Oh, I screwed up. I should attack this one on the left. And really, a lot of people who I find criticize Lord of the Rings, it becomes obvious pretty fast that they've never read it. I'm a huge fan of Tolkien's work. I not only have Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but I have a lot of his, what are they called? His other works that he did over the years, like his Book of Lost Tales, The Silmarillion, and things like that. A fantasy movie, that would have to be the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think it's some of the finest movies ever made. Having said that, they are not my favorite movies. My favorite movie is actually kind of an obscure one that not too many people know about. I just really liked it. I am reading though the Stormlight Archive right now. I'm the third book came out last year, but I have to, before I read that, I need to read like a short little novella that is important for understanding the larger story. So it's called Edge Dancer, I think. Yeah. So yeah, it's called Edge Dancer. I have it actually here. I'm like 4 chapters in. I should know the name of it. It's Edge Dancer, I think. So I need to read that before I could read the third Stormlight Archive book, and it's really, really great and amazing. Have I ever played a Fire Emblem game? Nope, have not. I was never much of a console gamer. I have played some console games, but not much. Okay, we're just gonna time out Sherlock because he's being annoying. Who's my favorite internet reviewer you like the most? I don't understand, like they review products. I don't really watch any channels like that, if that's what you meant. And do I watch Alternate History Hub? No, I don't. I don't like the dude. Oh, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I don't like his content. A lot of people ask me if I watch him, but I don't. I watched enough of his stuff to know that I don't like it. I hope that answers that question. Next question: do I prefer more EU4 or CK2? Well, I've already answered that. I've said that I do not like EU4. I love CK2. It's probably my favorite grand strategy game. Who's my favorite Lord of the Rings character? Oh, too easy. Samwise the Brave, guys. It's that ain't even a question. Samwise the Brave. Do I prefer vanilla Hearts of Iron 4 or Kaiser Reich, and/or are there more Hearts of Iron 4 mods you like more than Kaiser Reich? I don't know if I'd say there's I would not say there's mods I like more than Kaiser Reich, but I think there's mods that definitely people need to look at closer than they do. Number one example of that would be oh shoot, no, fuck that up. All right. We want to come over here. Let's place this guy's here. That should almost block them off. Okay. Alright, cool. We got him safe now in there. So, yeah, as I said, Equestria at War has the best AI of any Hearts of Iron 4 mod, so that needs another look. I also think Reich has tons and tons of potential. I think a lot of people thought Reich on day one was going to have 50 focus trees and be just as ready to go as Reich is, as Kaiser Reich is, although I think that people remember, I think it wasn't until 0.4, whenever the American States ones came out, Kaiser Reich was frankly a little bit subpar, and people forget about that. And Kaiser Reich still has serious issues. For example, one of the things that annoys the crap out of me in it actually always has to do, ends up having to do with Germany. So Kaiser Reich, I don't like the Germany going into exile mechanic because it sometimes, like, you know, basically it leads to these endless wars that never stop sometimes. Also, months and months ago, at least in May, they released screenshots that they were going to have the French Republic be able to declare war on Germany if they didn't have all of the French corps, and even if they did have the French corps, you could potentially, as France, go to war with Germany until you push them to the west, to the Rhine, so the Rhineland becomes the barrier between Germany and France. So they showed that months ago, and it has still not been implemented. Okay, have I ever played Age of Empires? Yes, I have. I like it. It's not my favorite RTS game. Actually, I think it's a little bit overrated sometimes, but I have. Do you think Imperator Rome is going to be a good game, or something that will need tons of DLC to be good? Are you talking about, like, if they're going to have game mechanics locked behind a paywall? I have no idea. But Imperator Rome is, as of now, not something I'm hyped up for. It's a long way off. It looks like it's going to be very influenced by Europa Universalis 4, which, as I have said several times, I don't like. So I'm not super pumped about Imperator Rome. I don't think it's going to be crap either. I just think it's going to be a game that's not for me. Have I ever played any CK2 mods like After the End? Yes. I do like the Game of Thrones one. because it is based on the books, which I really, really like. Because that the people who made the Game of Thrones mod, they made it so like you could play as different eras of the Targaryen dynasty. You can play during the period before the Targaryens came to Westeros. Things like that I think are really cool. Like you could do the Dance of Dragons. Very fun stuff. Am I interested in Iron Harvest at all? I have no idea what that is. Yeah, you know, somebody just brought up a good point. Yeah, Kaiser Reich has been going since Hearts of Iron 2 Darkest Hour. And Führer Reich had maybe less than a year. What was it, like 8-9 months to prep their to set up for their mod release? Yeah, of course it's not going to be as good as Kaiser Reich on day one. I thought it was excellent, though. It was amazing, especially the United Kingdom tree. Do I play Star Wars Empire at Roar? No. Do I like Star Wars? I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay, but it's like the lowest common denominator sci-fi series, you know? It has an appeal to the masses, and so it doesn't bring anything challenging to the table, if you know what I mean. All right, could Hearts of Iron 4 make a mod out of the Stormlight Archives? I really hope not. I don't think... No, I think the way that the Stormlight Archive world works, it would not work. Favorite young adult novel like Percy Jackson or Harry Potter? I guess Harry Potter, that's what I grew up with. So, yeah, Harry Potter. Let's see, whoop. Okay, we're all set. Keep this guy here. All right, next question. What Paradox game do you like the most? I've answered this question several times. Do you have the time to live stream public multiplayer games? No, I definitely do not. I 100% do not have time for that. I do not even have time for recorded multiplayer games. It's too much of a pain in the ass to organize the people together to play it. It's hard to find people who you can trust to play with, and just no, absolutely not. The Hearts of Iron 4 multiplayer game days are behind us. Let's see, am I hyped for Panzer Corps 2? No, I've never played Panzer Corps 1. Any chance we can see CK2 on the channel, by the way? Okay, I'm just going to say this right now. You guys know I have very low patience for live streams. Go look at my playlists. I have at least 3 CK2, not counting live stream, campaigns up on the channel, including one that is active. Let's see. Patrick Hayes is saying, I am a dev for KR. The National French rework will come, but it is not our priority at the moment. Okay, that's fine. I'm just, look, love you guys' work. Obviously I do. Just look at my channel. But, yeah, it's a seriously frustrating thing that France still does not do that. All right, what are your thoughts on what we've seen so far of Total War 3 Kingdoms? I think it's a good time period. I'm a big fan of Dynasty Warrior games, so a real-time strategy, yeah, like an RTS version / Total War version of it could be very fun. Having said that, I'm not a huge fan of Creative Assembly's business practices lately, even though they've made some of my favorite games of all time. I don't know. Do I think the End of a New Beginning extended timeline mod for Hearts of Iron 4 has any potential? Absolutely. They just have to figure out how performance is going to work. Have I played Lux Invicta for CK2? I think that's the first thing I've heard of it. So, no, I haven't played it. Let's see, what's next? Favorite moment from the Silmarillion. Might be the Valar and the creation of the world, which I know is right at the beginning of the book. But I like it. Next question. No more questions? No more questions, guys? Can we get questions that are not related to Hearts of Iron 4, please? Get a little quick hit in there. Alright. Try to think of questions I've been asked over the last year, since the channel's been out. Total War is definitely going to make a comeback to the channel, though, hopefully before the end of the month. That is what I originally started the channel with, was with Total War gameplay. And so I'm very much looking forward to it returning. Do I think the new CK2 DLC will be good? I think so. It sounds like they're returning to the crusading roots of Crusader Kings. I think it's going to be very fun, and I think it's going to be perfect, because then I can finally, considering the mechanics, I can finally do a game in medieval Liberia, which I have learned tons about over the years. There's just medieval Liberia is such an immensely fascinating period of history, like the entirety of the Reconquista, and the cultural consequences of, you have this kind of a three-way religious battle between the Jews, the Muslims, and the Christians going on in Iberia for like 700 years. It's all just fascinating stuff, and I would love to talk about it for hours at a time during a medieval Liberia playthrough. I also have a super fun, what I think is going to be a really kind of a different Muslim in Iberia campaign idea. I don't want to go into the details of it right now, but it's going to be more than just, form Spain and the end or something. Like, it's something different. So I think it'll be cool. What's my favorite band? Led Zeppelin. Easy. Favorite band of all time? Jimmy Page is amazing. John Bonham, amazing. John Paul Jones, amazing. Robert Plant, amazing. Yeah, it's Led Zeppelin. I don't listen to too much modern music. It's extremely rare. I'll listen to something on this side of the millennial divide. It's usually, yeah, like I could probably count on one hand all the bands that I actively follow their work, like their active bands. First would be Max Bemis and Say Anything. Also, Brian Fallon, who's the lead singer for the Gaslight Anthem. He's great. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a couple other small ones, but that's it. Is there a time period that Creative Assembly hasn't done that you'd like to see them do? Maybe they could redo the Napoleonic Wars. Or, actually, I guess it kind of is signed, but a time period they haven't done I'd like to see them do. I have to think about that. Because they've done Rome, they've done medieval stuff. They even did like the early medieval period with the Charlemagne DLC for Attila. And they're doing something in China. They're going to do the Three Kingdoms, so there's that. They've done Shogun Japan. They even did when, like, the Portuguese and such were showing up. That is kind of a tough question. They've got a lot of Eastern Rome covered. Because I don't want to do anything too modern, because I don't think their engine could handle it. I guess maybe just redoing Empire. Favorite fictional universe / alternate timeline? The Kaiser Reich one's cool. I also like the Southern Victory one. This is off the top of my head. Will I play Thrones of Britannia? Britannia. I'd have to take another look at it. I really liked that that expansion for Medieval 1, where it's that, I believe it's the same time period where there's Wessex and Mercia and all those, and the Vikings are getting involved. But I've heard it's a super simplified game. I'd have to check it out. I might have to watch some more gameplay footage of it and think about it. I get so many free games now too that it's like I'm getting extra stingy with actually paying to buy DLCs or anything. What's my thoughts on CD Projekt Red? I have no idea what that is. That's my thoughts. Have I ever played the Charlemagne DLC for CK2? Not for the channel, but on my own time, yes. If the Germans successfully invaded Britain and then won World War II, who do you think would be in charge post-war, asking for a friend? Who? You mean like Germany or what? Do I watch Extra, History, or Credit? Do I watch? What, like documentaries? I watch lots of documentaries. I love Ken Burns. But there's a lot of other good stuff. Let's see. if I recall correctly, you have been attending higher education. What subjects were you studying aside from history? Well, when I was working on my bachelor's degree, obviously I had to do well, actually, I know a lot of people who watch me are from Europe and stuff. So I don't know how it is in Europe, but in the United States, you have to take general education courses. They usually take about 1.5 to 2 years to complete. And so that's where you get educated in. Yeah, it's a general education. So you have to take at least one math class. You usually have to take reading. Yeah, you have to take reading and writing classes. You take history classes. So like, even if you're somebody who's, say, going into biology, you would still take at least some basic history classes. And like me, I was going into history, so I still had to take science classes. So I took, I think the ones I took were geology and physical geography, for example. All right, cool. Victorious. Where, yeah, so other subject, yeah, so I did now as far as like subsets of stuff, because history is of course made of subsets. I've studied political science in particular. I have lots of education in art history, and I got a lot of education in museum studies. So of course all those things are subsets of history. So yeah, that, and of course I'm currently trying to get a master's degree, but I have a lot of education in my future, years and years of it to go. You don't like Star Wars, how about Star Trek? Do you like the idea of Patrick Stewart rejoining the Shore series? You know what, I'm sure I would like Star Trek from everything I've ever heard about it, but I've never actually watched it. I only know about Star Trek, and then as far as like a pop culture history context, like I know that like how important it was as a sci-fi major television show. But the only Star Trek thing I've ever actually watched was the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie, which came out in 2008, 2009. I saw that in theaters, and I liked it. I was like, okay, this is kind of a cool action movie thing, and that's all I watched. I've just never sat down to watch it. It's kind of like Doctor Who. I just feel it's too big a universe at this point for me to get into. If you can live in one country in the Kaiser Reich universe, where would you live? If I wanted to be like safe and peaceful, probably socially democratic Mexico, because they never go to war. They never get pulled into any war. I don't know. I guess it would just depend on if I wanted to be close to the action or not. How high is the chance of Victoria 3 being trash? In my opinion, very high. I'm pretty sure there is no Victoria 3. Anyway, I want to play something else, because it took me 20 turns to do that. Let me find something that's a little bit simpler so I can focus more on the chat, or like it doesn't matter if I'm losing or something. Oh, I know. So yeah, we'll just do some Binding of Isaac. All right. Okay, what is my opinion on Paradox's DLC policy? See, I feel like that's a loaded question. I think that most of Paradox's DLCs, they work perfectly fine. And people say they're like squeezing blood from a stone, but I think a lot of times it works. And it's if what you're really paying for. Of course, you're paying for new content, but I'm trying to press start and it's not working. There we go. Is what you're really paying for is that you have a game that years and years and years after it is out, they're continuing to work on it and support it. And I think Crusader Kings 2 is the best example of their DLC policy. Hold on a sec, the music... Fuck. Music's a little loud. Yeah, we'll probably do something like that. Hold on a sec, I'll be right back. Wait, I just need to grab something. Alright, I'm back now. So yeah, I think Crusader Kings 2 is a great example of their DLC policy, because you buy the game, you can play as all these Christian nations and stuff, and you can get hundreds of hours out of the game with just that alone. So then, if you want to play the Muslims, you pick up the Muslim DLC. If you want to play in India, you pick up the India DLC, and so on and so forth. So it's all perfectly optional stuff. I don't play enough EU4 to know about that. I have heard that EU4 has had a problem where there's a couple of DLCs that have essential mechanics behind them, so that's pissed people off. But I think overall their DLC policy is okay. There's certainly worse companies out there. Yeah, cosmetic packs also. That's just completely optional stuff. All right. Let's see. Who I saw another question here. Oh yeah. Do you know when will Kaiser Reich team make focuses for post-Austro-Hungarian countries? I'm not answering this question anymore because my answer to this question has been that I have no idea because I am not a dev. See, am I interested in real-time strategy games? Yes, I am. Have I seen Iron Harvest 1920? I think it looks really interesting. See, I know nothing of that. I've never even heard of that. What is my favorite roguelike RPG? Does Link's Awakening count? Love Link's Awakening. That is actually my favorite Legend of Zelda game. And nobody talks about it. I don't know why. Everyone's like, Link to the Past, best shit ever. And Link to the Past is fine, but Link's Awakening was, I think, the epitome of the 2D Zeldas. That was the best shit that they ever did. Okay. Let's see, CK2 and Stellaris do a much better job of handling DLC than EU4. Yeah, Stellaris is another one that is, they have very good DLC policy, I think. Like Apocalypse, you know, you got the brand new update that totally changed the game, everything was fine, and if you didn't have it, okay, so you don't get the World Destroyers and like the Titans, the Colossuses and the Titans, which is fine, you don't need those to win the game. Alright, give me something good! Nope, just hurt me. And my thoughts to the changes to the economy of the planets, the new Stellaris update. I don't know. And you know what? That's the thing that kind of, it makes me a little sad, is I feel like it's becoming a full-time job to follow Stellaris. I'm starting to see why guys like A-Spec, like he has to devote his channel, pretty much just devote it to only Stellaris, because they're constantly updating, they're constantly changing it. The meta is constantly changing. Not that I'm a huge fan of the meta, but like the way the balancing is always changing, and it's difficult. It's really difficult to keep up. Here we go. So I'll probably wait till that comes out to play it, the new update. Okay, so next question. Change to the economy of planets. Yeah, so I know that they're getting rid of planet tiles, but I think I might. Nope. The thing is, I've played Stellaris on the channel a couple times. I've done it in live streams also. Nobody seems to want to watch it, so I'm going to do one more Stellaris campaign at some point where I'm going to be doing a continuation of my British Empire run that I did in / Imperial Federation run that I did in Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiser Reich. People seem to be really into that idea, and that was a pretty popular series, so maybe it'll actually get some views. But if people don't want to watch it, that's it. I'm going to be done with Stellaris after that. And there's other 4X games, space-based 4X games that I'm really excited to put on the channel at some point. That admittedly I need to learn still a bit, but you know, if people don't want to watch Stellaris, I'm going to stop trying to force it. Where do I stand politically? Check the rules. That's how I stand politically. Why is everyone's messages so long? I don't get it. Do I have an idea for an alternate history story of my own? Just like sometimes I think vague things. Not like a book idea or something. But yeah, sometimes I'll be reading history and I think, oh, I wonder what would happen if this or that hadn't happened, and things like that. Like if you don't have Philip Augustus running France, are England and France eventually just going to become melded into one? As England just continues to, you know, create a hegemony and seize more and more control. Those kinds of things, but not like a book idea. Let's see. Am I hyped for Imperator Rome? I already answered that. What have we got here? Have you... Hold on, I gotta time somebody out here. Okay. Thoughts on galactic civilization as a whole? Like, going into space? What was happening? Fuck yeah, let's go into space. Heck yeah, love NASA. Stellaris can into professional esports. Sorry if I don't always catch the live streams. How did you find the teaching of history in U.S. secondary school? Do you think it's taught fairly well, and then you put a bunch of periods for some reason? So I thought I was educated in history very, very well. It ultimately comes down to your teachers. It comes down to so much. It's such a crapshoot, American schools, because there's no sort of real federal standards, and even at the state level, standards can vary. Even within the same city, you can have radically different schools. Some of that is based on property taxes and how much money is going into them. So of course the rich schools, rich neighborhoods have rich schools, things like that. But a lot of it just comes down to teachers that you have. So for example, if we're talking about social studies, I had a really garbage social studies teacher my freshman year of high school, but I had a great one for like U.S. history in 8th grade. She was really great. Mrs. Ray, I remember her. There was also, yeah, I had amazing history teachers. My sophomore year one, she was okay. Nothing. Yeah, actually I had two. One in the first semester, one in the second, but nothing amazing. Junior year history teacher was awesome. I actually sometimes see him now because he's been moving into he's actually now a professor. Well, not technically a professor, he's technically a lecturer, but like at the colleges, the local colleges around here and stuff. So it's kind of cool that I get to see him. Let's see. So yeah, it's U.S. secondary schools are a crapshoot as to what sort of education you're going to get. It has to do with what kind of school you're at and the teachers that you're at. There's no sort of standardization. Although actually there is, this goes back to the George Bush the second years, so early 2000s. They did have the No Child Left Behind Act, which instituted test standards and stuff. But here was the thing: you had these federally mandated, you had these like federal standards, but the federal government couldn't do anything to like to actually really enforce it, or to like they didn't standardize the classrooms. They standardized results, and that has, I would certainly say, been proving to be a failure. Okay. So what state am I from? I'm from Texas, Tejas. Whoop. All right. Okay. Next question. Can I do progress reports of the Hearts of Iron 4 updates? No. You can just go read a changelog. I'm not here to babysit. Besides, every day I'm wondering about like if I should just do less and less Hearts of Iron 4 content, because as I said for a long time, as I've said since pretty much the beginning, there is a certain type of there's a certain part of the Hearts of Iron community that I really do not like, and yeah, it just comes with the territory, I guess. But it has been grinding on me for a year, and I just don't want to deal with that community anymore. All right. Whoop whoop. Okay. Extra History is a YouTube channel about history. Extra Credit is the same channel but only about games. Extra History. Wait, I think I know this dude. Is he the one who does the drawings? He does little, you know, I don't like, here's the thing with any history channel on YouTube, what I've noticed. Most of them, the trick is you got to have an accent. So like Americans think you sound smart. You know, like if you have a British accent or something, even if you're saying really stupid shit. Or you got to know how to draw or animate or something. And then there's nothing of substance really coming through. And so many of those channels, they're just giving pop history bullshit that a lot of it, they don't have source. They're talking about urban, you know, like old wives' tales and urban legends, and they don't have sources, and they just bullshit and say whatever they want because they have an English accent and they draw a cartoon. People take it as gospel. So I don't like most so-called history channels on YouTube. There are some good ones, but they're very few and far in between. And I've thought about, you know, actually having a proper one of my own, but you know what? I can't draw, and I don't have an English accent, so I'm shit out of luck. Nobody's gonna watch me. Next question: do I watch Stargate? No. Let's see. Tankies and neo-Nazis are all over the place in the Hearts of Iron community, and the wank is real. Stay strong, man. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm not going to stop playing Hearts of Iron 4. As I've said, I'm very excited for Kaiser Reich 0.8, and Equestria at War I think is great. I love Equestria at War. Definitely want to play more of that. We'll have to see. We're definitely going to be pulling back. Like, once this Argentinian campaign is done, that's probably going to be it for Kaiser Reich campaigns until 0.8 comes out. Because there's always somebody else playing it anyway, so I'd rather spend the energy focusing on progress reports and stuff. Or guides, instead of actually playing them out. Because Hearts of Iron 4 as a game is actually getting really boring to me. Like, mechanically, it's just so easy. And so I just do dumb things now a lot just to give myself a challenge. Or not to give myself a challenge, just to like, you know, get something different happening. Do I watch Voltron Legendary Defender? No. Okay, I don't know about who Durunti is, and you keep spamming the chat with that question, so please stop it, Buenavera Durunti. Alright, more questions, guys. Come on. Jeez, I keep getting hit. Weird, considering I'm looking at the second monitor and not the game. I don't even know you, Duno. Dunno. Have ever watched Talkernet History? Yes, I think I have. They're a podcast. I listened to their podcast. Well, it's a series of podcasts on Harry Turtledove's Southern Victory series, which was nice. So I've heard them. Yeah, they're cool. I dig them. They're two dudes. I don't even remember their names, but they're okay. Yeah, I like like I said, their Southern Victory one I listen to. That's about it. Oh no, what are these? Are these like my brothers or something? Oh, it's farting on me or something. Alright, more questions. Favorite Marvel movie from last year? Okay, what came out last year? It was, wait, last year? Yeah, you'd have to list them for me. I don't remember which ones came out last year, like specifically in 2017. Do I ever watch the Great War Channel? Yes, I do. I'm certainly not caught up on it, but I think the Great War, yeah, they're a good channel. I wish I could have production value like that. Yeah, the production value is very high. They're hard. You can tell they're a hard-working team. They use good sources for their work. Yeah, they're cool. They're very cool. And they're actually going to be starting up a new channel, I think. I don't know if it's a new channel or if it's a... Well, yeah, I think it's a new channel because the Great War is just going to be for the World War I stuff. But I think they are They're going to be collaborating with, I want to say, Feature History, and they are going to be starting a World War II one this year. Even though, like, if they had waited till next year, the math would have been nice round numbers, you know. It would have been the, what do you call it, 80-year anniversary. But that's fine. It's fine. I guess they didn't want to wait a year. Let's see. Did I read the World War series from Turtle Dove? And yes, and if yes, did I like it? The one that's the one where the aliens invade during World War II, right? Yes, I did. It's not his best work. It was creative. There was a weird amount of sex in it. There's a lot of sex in that book for a Turtle Dove one. Like he has sex in almost all his books, but it felt weird and awkward sometimes, the writing. But have I ever considered playing CK2 or EU4 mods? I don't like EU4. What's my favorite cartoon of all time? First one that pops to mind is I loved Ed, Edd n Eddy growing up. Let's see, other ones I like. Ones that I'm watching now, I like Steven Universe, so that's pretty much the only cartoon I'm watching. I think my favorite moment, by the way, in the World War series from Turtle Dove was when the aliens invade Britain and Churchill is warning them. It's like, don't try it. "Don't try it! I have the high ground!" And then and they invade, and then so Churchill immediately shoots mustard gas at them. Okay, let's see. Favorite moment in the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Oh, there's a lot of good stuff with Theoden. Like good emotional scenes. But I don't think you... It's just so hard to beat when Sam tells Frodo, "I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you!" That's great. Okay, back to the Marvel question. Marvel movies that came out last year were Thor, Ragnarok, Spider-Man Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I never saw Spider-Man Homecoming. Thor, Ragnarok. The Thor movies are just so fucked up because they keep changing directors and writers and stuff. So like Thor Ragnarok was almost like a soft reboot, and they were changing his character and they were trying to make him funnier and doing the quirky, you know, quippy thing like they do with so many of the characters. And so let me put it to you this way: Thor Ragnarok was the best Thor movie, and it was really not that great. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 would definitely be the one. Now, I know a lot of people said they didn't like it, and one of the things he said, "Why didn't they kiss?" And it's like, dude, you don't get it. Like, James Gunn is actually trying to create character arcs. And, like, it's part 2 of what's supposed to be a trilogy. Although I think I saw somewhere that James Gunn got fired or something. I don't know. I haven't really been following it. I've been trying to get ready for the school semester mostly. Have I done much traveling outside of the U.S., and has any of it specifically been history-related? I have visited other countries. I've been to Mexico. I've been to... Well, I was going to say Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is, though, part of the United States. I did go to Ireland this January. That was lots of fun. I saw a lot of the museums there. So I guess you could say it was history-related because I pretty much went partly to go check out all the history that is in Dublin. What an amazing city. I would love to go back one day. I've also traveled around the country. The United States is a big country. So there's a lot going on. You know, you can fit several European countries inside the United States. So different regions of the United States have their own histories and are very, you know, it's huge. It's huge. That's why I think one of the, you know, that's one of the best things about the United States is the country, the countryside, I should say. But also, it's regions. So I think that's why one of the best things that was ever built in the United States was its highway system in the 1950s. Thank you, Eisenhower. Even though it was for military reasons, it's pretty awesome. You know, the national park system's great. But specifically history-related traveling, that'll probably not happen until later in my career one day. You know, maybe when I'm working on a PhD, and then maybe if I become a professor one day, I'll, of course, have to travel to any of those areas that I'm specifically studying. Shoot, these damn flies! Damn these flies! You know, I gotta ignore the flies and just focus on him. Okay, hold on, I gotta get this guy. I'm trying to get him. Get him. Jeez, why do they take so many hits to die? Okay, ever gotten a SpongeBob as a kid? Yeah, I'd watch some of it. I don't have, like, cable anymore now, or TV, though. Opinion on Main Street Paradox YouTubers, examples, Isaw's Productions, and Drew Durnell. Isaw's Productions, he got old really fast. Yeah, I just don't like his stuff. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I just don't like his content. Drew Durnell, I actually do like. Well, actually, it's kind of complicated. I like that he figured out that he was not good at Hearts of Iron 4, which nobody is at the beginning. But he then, instead of choosing to become better at it, created something different where he would comment over the games. And I remember he would do other games too, like Civilization, and do the jokes. Of course, he eventually got old too, but I do appreciate that he was able to create a niche, at least initially. But now everybody just copies him. That's what they're all doing. They're just copying Drew. Let's see here. Next question. Favorite historical figure? Let's see. That is tough to say. There are some figures that just absolutely fascinate me, and I don't just mean like kings and queens. Wait, hold on a second. Like if we want to talk about kings and queens and like the historical figures we usually think of, some of the Roman emperors are really fascinating to me. You've got shoot, what was I gonna say? The I'm sorry, so sorry. It's because I noticed I had a message on my phone and it was kind of important. So I was just checking that. But like Napoleon, he's really interesting. Edmund Haley, you know what? That's one of my favorite historical figures. Edmund fucking Haley, an amazing dude. Did a voyage to Antarctica in like the frickin' 1700s, I think it was. And I think it was Voltaire who he compared. He said like it made Jason and the Argonauts look like they stepped over a puddle, because he went from England all the way to Antarctica, and he was this amazing scientist and stuff. And so he was a pretty cool dude. Abraham Lincoln also. I'm a total Lincolnaboo. I have read so much of his personal writings and his speeches and stuff. I actually have a small bust of Lincoln on my bookshelf, like a marble bust. How do I feel about Darwinism? I don't even know what the fuck that means. Did Dave Bautista say he would quit if he didn't... Oh, you're asking somebody else in the chat that. Thoughts on the Old World Blues mod? Don't like it. Think it's overrated. It's just not good. I think it's really unbalanced. The tech tree's overrated. It's not interesting. I'm not interested in it. Let's see. Let me figure out something else to play here. I'm gonna stream for quite a bit longer, I think. Let's do some. Medieval 2 was lagging on us really hard for some reason. Favorite U.S. president? Oh, that's Abraham Lincoln, no question. Maybe we could do so no Total War, because it's gonna get all screwy. Let's just hop into some CK2 because I can pause it frequently or something while I chat with the chat. Do I know why there was a Patagonia in Kaiser Reich? Go to the Kaiser Reich Discord, please. Where do I rank Rome Total War in the series? Like in Total War, I gotta play some of the later ones more, and I've never played Warhammer because I don't know the Warhammer world at all. So I just it's like, oh, there's a Warhammer game, and I don't know anything about it, and I haven't heard anybody ever talk about how it's good, like a good game. So I don't know. Maybe if it's on a sale one day or something, I'll pick it up, but I doubt it. So Rome Total War for me personally, it's tough because the Rome Total War was such a radical change compared to Medieval 1. It changed the map. It changed so much of the game. So I gotta put it in the top. It's probably top 3 just because of how radical it was, and it really launched Total War into a whole new era. Even if it was a really flawed game. I'm looking at you, sanity and shit. Every diseases would just get out of control, and you can never really control them. If I could choose a time period to live in, what would it be? Oh, I don't know. I'd love to time travel. I saw once a question. It was like a quiz somebody else was doing, and it was saying, like, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? And it was like invisibility, super strength, and then there was one that said change the past. And I said, what is the past? Does that mean all past or my personal past? Because if it's all past, I want that power, because that means I can time travel! Let's see here. Let's turn this down a little. I'm sure that's fine. That's not too loud, right? What do I think of the historian Flavius Josephus? I have read his work. I like it. It's pretty cool stuff. Let's see, but what time period would I live in? I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I can't. Have I played Diplomacy? Any anecdotes from it? Is Diplomacy a game? I have not played that, if it is a game. Let's go with a custom game setup. Let's find an interesting period around here. Let's find Richard III in England. What do you mean the timeline doesn't go that far? Have I played Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai? It's one of the hardest campaigns I've played. Yeah, I like Shogun 2. Shogun 2 is cool, though, geez, the casualties go through the roof. Like, so many, yeah, there's like no defense in Shogun 2, at least compared to some of the other games. What do I want to do here? Let's play, maybe we should play some... Play some Muslim nation or something. Have I played Papers, Please? Yes. Have I ever played or considered playing Democracy 3? Have not played Democracy 3. I only know it as a game. I know nothing about it. Let's see. Who do I want to play? Yeah, let's do this. We're going to play the Almohad Sultanate. Iron Man mode. Actually, what Iron Man... What things can I maybe get? Let's see if there's an achievement I can go for. Because I don't play on Iron Man when I'm playing for a live stream usually, and certainly not when I'm recording, because if I fuck up on the recording, then I don't have a save file to go back to, and then there's just a gap in the game. That's what happened during my Ireland campaign, some of you may remember. Have I ever played as Eric the Heathen in CK2? No, I haven't. Let's see, what's something I can like do today? Maybe it's something I've done before, but I just don't have the actual achievement. Not a tribe, play as a tribal ruler and reform to feudalism. Okay, that sounds good. Let's do that. So then let's go to one of these cuckoo crazy... Wait a second. Where's the Charlemagne start? Oh, there it is. Okay, I just didn't have it scrolled up all the way. Will I return to Surviving Mars? Probably not. Nobody was watching it. Nobody was watching it at all. Just, And have I played Frostpunk? I don't know what Frostpunk is. Okay. Okay, I want to... No, this is a kingdom already. I want a chiefdom. Petty Kingdom of Dialral. No, I want something else. Favorite nation in Kaiser Reich? Oh, Russia. Easy. I could play Russia all day. There's like there's so many ways to do it. Grand Chiefdom of Saxony. Could I not get killed by Francia? Am I that lucky? Let's go maybe Lithuania out here. High Chiefdom of Lithuania. Perhaps. Perhaps. Petty Kingdom. Let's see, this is a kingdom, that's a kingdom. Oh, there's some chiefdoms in here. No, no. Petty Kingdom, Petty Kingdom. I want something that's a chiefdom. I want to be tribal. Is Croatia tribal? High Chiefdom of Croatia. Boom. Alright, favorite movie? Favorite movie is The Girl Next Door with Elisha Cuthbert and Emile Hirsch. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie of all time. I'm definitely not saying that, but I really like it. It's just one of those comfy movies, you know what I mean? What's my nationality and background? What? Okay, I'll tell you I was born in the United States, but fuck no if you think we're going to start talking about race in here. Because it doesn't matter what I say. White, black, brown, yellow, red, aborigine, whatever. Hell no, I'm not going to start talking about race in here. So, wait a minute. I just thought of something. Do I have the Little Brother Rules one? That'd be super easy. Royal Blood. I can see the stripes. Typhoid Mary. Oh. Oh, let's go for that then. Or maybe I can make that a run of my own sometime. Okay, so let's start. Actually, no, that is what we're going to do. I'm going to try to get that achievement because it's... Yeah, we got Carlomagne. Carlomagne's up here. King Carl's there. No, never mind, never mind. Pick an ambition. I don't know. Get married. Title action. Do that. Minor titles are grantable. Got all these. Important decisions. Definitely want to get the physician. Shut the gates. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Is there already disease on day one? No. Then why is that option available to me? Face reveal. 100% no. If I could choose a country to live in, what would it be? Probably Germany. Let's see. Should I just go for the Carl? Yeah, alright, let's do this. Yeah, we're gonna just try to assassinate. We're gonna try to just assassinate Charlemagne over and over. What's going on? It's freezing on me. More questions, please! I'm hereby ignoring all Hearts of Iron 4 related questions. Oh wait, oops, I meant to hit start game. Shit. It's fine. Mittelfrancia. Go! Go! I already talked about thoughts. I already talked about Paradox's DLC policy. How about Total War? Can we all talk about Total War? Let's see here. Special title actions. First things first. Got a plot to kill. Alright, so I need to arrange a marriage between him and my courtier. No, she's not going to do it. Past childbearing age. Fine, whatever. Do I play Gmod? Like Gary's mod? Not really. Too many other things I'm doing. Yeah, I'm waiting for the school semester to start on Wednesday. Oh, really? I'm waiting for fucking Monday because I'm transferring universities because the one I was at before is just shit. It's just one of the shittiest fucking universities ever. Actually, no, that's not true. It has excellent professors. If you want to talk about just purely getting an education, it was perfectly serviceable. But the administration has just gone to hell. So I'm just trying to leave. And I have to do more things regarding that tomorrow because they have just been kicking and screaming to stop me from leaving. You know, they're doing everything to be a pain in my ass. Have you ever played City Skylines? A little bit. But, and this is not the game's fault. City planning, the idea of it really annoys me because my city is just one of the most shittily designed ones. Or like I should say, it's just going through this really shitty construction period where there's a lot of okay, yeah, so I'm on the inside now. This should actually make things easier. Wait, am I not the heir anymore? Yeah, it's still me. Okay. What do I think of the sing-off between Finrod and Sauron from the Silmarillion? It's awesome, dude. Music is an essential part of the Tolkien verse. If I could kill any historical figure before they became prominent, who would it be? Mosley doesn't count. Why not? And I wouldn't do that, by the way. If you can get one game, what would it be and why? I'd probably want every Total War DLC. They're just so expensive. And like the Warhammer one, so I could try it out. Also maybe like the War in the East one. Hey, if you guys want to talk about buying me games, remember that you can contribute. Go ahead and throw down some bucks there and let me know what game you'd want me to play. If you're paying for it, I'll gladly do it. So, feel free to donate. Support the channel. Have I ever considered studying abroad? Was it an option for you? If so, anywhere in particular? I have thought about studying abroad. It was not an option for me for a long time because I was enlisted in the Army and there's no way they were going to let me go to a foreign country while I'm enlisted. Obviously, that wasn't going to work. Can we gift you items via Steam? Yeah, sure. Go to my Steam page. I have a wish list. Let's see here. What's wrong with the administration? Oh, at my old university? So was UTEP, by the way. Never go to UTEP. It was just shit. They just nickel and dime you. They're a pain in the ass. They never get anything done. Whenever you have a problem, even if it's an emergency, they're going to take their sweet fucking time taking care of it for you. They were constantly losing classes of mine. That's actually the problem. I'm trying to transfer over to a different university. And so I was speaking with an advisor last week at the new university I'm going to be going to, and he told me, you're missing 3 classes that you're supposed to have. And I went, but I've taken those classes. And he goes, yeah, I'm pretty sure that you have, because, like, you know, I'm trying to get a master's program at this university. And I said, and he's like, I'm pretty fucking sure that you took world history at some point in college if you're trying to go for a master's degree in history. He goes, I know that you have it, but we haven't been sent it. Well, fuck. Gotta reset now. And so it's because the university, UTEP, did not send my credits to them. So I then, yesterday, was trying to resolve that, and I found out that I wasn't missing 3 classes that they didn't transfer. I was missing 5. 5. That's a lot of fucking credit hours. So I have to get that shit done tomorrow, because they're idiots. Anyway. Oh yeah, as far as the studying abroad, you know, and now the studying abroad, I'm already working on my master's. I would love to do it. If I did it, it would probably only ever be for a year. I don't think I'd ever go for a full year. Unless I had a job in Europe or something waiting for me. Because it would probably be Europe. I want to specialize in Europe. Let's see. I'd probably like to go to... I don't know what I want to specialize in, honestly. And you see, the thing is, people don't typically specialize in, like, a country anymore. It's like you specialize in an idea. And even if you're, say, specializing in Spain or something, you're going to probably still need to be looking at sources. You know, you might have to look at, like, let's say you're looking at the Holy Roman Empire. You want to do a thing on Charles V or on Felipe II. You know, Felipe II, you're going to probably still have to read archives that are in Austria or something, or in the Netherlands. You're going to have to travel all over Europe, no matter what your country is. So, like if you're specializing in Russian history, like you want to, like you say, I want to write a fucking book on Peter the Great, you're gonna probably have to go to Sweden and read, you know, books from there to see Sweden's point of view on Peter the Great and things like that. Recommend me a nation to play in Kaiser Reich and set me a goal. Here's an idea: play any country ever and make borders that people don't bitch about. Because that is an impossible challenge. Realms divided. Alright, plotting to kill. Here we go. Okay, more questions, more questions. But yeah, anybody who wants to gift me stuff on Steam, I have a wish list. You know, my name on Steam is... Conquering History Games, so you should be able to find me pretty easily, and I have things ranked in order that I want them as well. So yeah, there's that. That's actually interesting. Maybe I should link that in the description. Nobody's ever brought up wanting to buy me a game, and that's why I brought up in my community tab recently. Like, I want to start bringing Total War back to the channel, and I feel like I know I would get views if I did the Rise of the Republic campaign, but it's almost 20 bucks for a fucking DLC. So, I don't know, if somebody, and it's one of those things, do I want to spend 20 bucks on a DLC and then nobody ends up watching it? So if somebody was willing to throw down the money to donate to me on Patreon, link in the description below, by the way, to cover me for that, I'd 100% play it. I would absolutely do it. But I don't want to spend that money and then nobody ends up watching. Let's see. If I ever consider... what is my opinion on the medieval Total War II America campaign? That's actually my least favorite. That's actually my least favorite of the expansions for Medieval 2. I still like it, but I don't like the map. The distances are weird sometimes. It just... I'm not a huge fan. Brought in the fucking queen. What the hell? Accused of apostasy. Burn her! Burn her! Really? There's only courtiers? Are you freaking serious right now? Fine. Whatever. How old am I? I am 25. Do I ever roleplay in CK2? All the time, dude. All the time. That is the essence of CK2. Right now, we're just going for an achievement, because this is one I don't have to really focus to do. How are we going to murder him, though? does nobody like him? Rate Vicky 2 on a scale of 1 to 10. I don't feel like doing that. Alright, more questions, more questions, more questions. Somebody's saying, I can tell you if you study about Spain, you have to spend a lot of time in Portugal because the interactions happen all the time. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Alright, did I get the achievement? Did I not have it on Iron Man mode? Oh no. No! Oh wait. No, I'm good. I'm good. Am I on Iron Man mode though? I don't know. I don't think I'm on Iron Man mode. I'm gonna resign. Jeez, what time is it? Maybe I'm gonna cut the stream short because there's just not that many people watching. It seems to be the same people. I might stop it at the top of the hour at this rate, guys. But first, let me get some water. Okay, I'm back. What would be my last meal if I could pick anything worldwide? Not counting home-cooked food? That's tough. See, part of you would say I'd want to pick something that I've never had before so I could try it before I died. I'll tell you one meal that's always been like close to my heart. So when I was finishing up, because for those of you who don't know, I spent 6 years in the Army, and when I got out, well, you see, I was gonna get out on it was gonna be an 18th. It was gonna be the 18th of the month. I took a vacation prior to that and went up to Vegas. And so I had for my, like, on the actual day, on the actual 18th, when my enlistment ran out, I went to Gordon Ramsay, you know, the guy who does, like, Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares and all that shit. I went to his restaurant in, I think it's Planet Hollywood, that casino, the burger restaurant. And I got this thing called the Hog Burger, which was, wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, overwrite this shit. So it was called the Hog Burger. Let me actually pull it up because he posts his he posts his menus online. I think it was called the Hog Burger. All right, let me try it. Gordon Ramsay burger menu. So let me describe this thing to you. It was in Planet Hollywood. I'm opening this up in the other one right now. And it's spelled burger, B-U-R-G-R, because I guess the GR is you have Gordon Ramsay. Where is it? Was it called the Hog Burger? Yeah, here we go. The Hog Burger. It is made of Mangaliceta pork, Mangaliceta bacon. So they actually wrap the bacon in like an X around the burger patty. They then also have barbecue pork on it, vintage white cheddar. There's pickles as well as crisp onion and some coleslaw. That was so freaking good. That was my sell. It was an $18 burger too, to celebrate me getting out of the Army. And of course, the whole Vegas trip was a celebration, really, because I also ran a marathon that weekend. So I had that on like a Thursday night, and I ran the marathon on. I think the marathon was actually on a Sunday. I don't remember. I feel like I should know that. No, I'm pretty sure it was on a Sunday. Do it. Thought to kill. Do it. Here, this maybe will help. Build me a spy network out there. Build me a spy network worthy of Mordor. Wait, what? Do I like the new Battlefield? Like, you're talking about the first-person shooter? Generic first-person shooter game numbered 365. Do I like it? Probably not. No commentary on my last meal thing. Summon the council! Does the army give me benefits from my education? Fuck no, not now. Well, actually, I should not say that. I'm gonna try to find out this week if there are still certain things that I am eligible for. But back in 2013, they did a lot of cuts, a ton of cuts to educational benefits. It was really, really rough. So that stinks. Now, one thing that I'm hoping though is I'm gonna try to find a work study program, because I was not eligible for work studies while I was receiving benefits from the military. So I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to do that. But I'll find out this week what I can get in terms of the VA giving me financial aid. The VA though, they just fuck you in the ass. That's all they do. Okay, somebody says, I'm a student of archaeology of ancient Greece and ancient Middle East. I'm interested to know if you took any classes in archaeology. No, they did not actually have any. I think you'd have to go to a master's program for that. Yeah, pay for the disguises. Come on, we gotta kill my brother. We gotta find a way to do it. Let's try to have a daughter. What did I just inherit? No. Let's get a court physician. Jeez. Only 30 plot power. Who's got the most plot power? 15. Really? That's the best I can hope for? Damn. Stop asking me about the life of Brian and the Holy Grail. I don't know, the friggin' thing with the swallow. More questions. We're just waiting now for this achievement. So I better see some questions. Monty Python did have some face. So I think my favorite Monty Python skit is the one with the soccer teams, the Germans versus the... Hey! Hello, Nuke Exploder! Guess what? You're banned! Mystic appears. Let's hear her out. We're trying to become immortal right now, which obviously would be very helpful, because if I'm immortal, I'm pretty sure I can outlast Condamine. Old Carl here. Old King Carl was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. So we've got this Egyptian muse. She's part of a Shia heresy. Wow. The Harufi. Cleopatra the Alchemist. I'm feeling down. I am down with this. Also, we are going to... Can we appoint her? I wanted to appoint her. She's not eligible? Serious concern. Who's the sacrilegious heathen? Dismiss Karl of Bavaria's worries. Certainly better to be safe than sorry. No, you're overreacting, dude. Don't worry about it. I'm inheriting stuff, but not what I really want to inherit. I name you a pretender. King Karl of West Francia is the true ruler. Relinquish or there will be war. The Count of Paris. Favorite fast food place? Oh, geez. I don't really like fast food. Maybe In-N-Out Burger, which we don't have here. You know, Five Guys is pretty good. We got one of them here in El Paso a few years ago. Sherlock, I'm not going to talk about politics or religion. Let's see here. Can I win this war? I feel like I could. I feel like I could kind of easily. I will not be blackmailed! Damn, the armies are so small. come down here to Dijon. We'll pick up some mustard. And then we'll go defeat these rebels. Rebels, rebels! If I could travel back to Rome, what would I do? You're going to have to be more specific. Rome has existed for over 1,000 years. Over 2,000 years. Almost 2,500 years. Yeah, you'll have to be more specific. Let's see. Trial of the body. Yeah, teach me the tricks, woman. Is that everybody? There's one dude. There's one dude marching from the south. One guy. One guy. You know, I want to check something. If I put a character with him, okay, he's still just one guy. Alright. Actually a Drogo. What's up with that? Shoot. Where's the river crossing? Here in Bar, Beaujon, Saint-Ouen. Not between here and Reims, though. So let's come up here. Like that. That should do it. Yeah, so you'll have to be more specific than time travel back to Rome. Oh, I failed. I don't think we're going to win this one. Yeah, we're definitely going to lose this one. Favorite TV show, not including animation. Did you think I was going to list an anime as my favorite show or something? Favorite TV show, probably, I would say... damn it. I'd probably say my favorite TV show, live action, ever would be Lost. The Wire's up there. Like, okay, let me try to think of a top 5 and not in any particular order. Lost, The Wire, Battlestar Galactica, Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul. I mean, it's the same writers. You can just put them together, I think. Let's see. Yeah, The Wire was amazing. Yeah, but it's Lost. Favorite live action TV show would be Lost. Okay, what time is it? I think I might be wrapping this stream up a little bit because people are just starting to have to dig really deep for the questions. Oh, and actually, yes, I have received a phone call that I need to return. So thanks you all for joining me for this 13,000 subscriber special. Remember, if you really want to support the channel, as we all know, the adpocalypse happened some time ago. I'm going into the school semester, and, you know, a little bit of moolah, you know, if you want me to work, to make stuff, a little bit of moolah will motivate me to do it more, you know. I'm just saying it's hard to justify to myself working on the YouTube channel when it doesn't, like, if it's not creating some sort of income when I could be studying instead during the school semester. So feel free to donate to me on Patreon down below, and you all have yourselves a great day. Let me go ahead and stop the stream, and yeah, thanks to the 13,000 of you who subscribed and the, I guess, 20 of you who watched it. I suppose it is in the middle of the day, or